friends, welcome to Vlogmas Day 6. If you watched yesterday's Vlogmas, you will know that I'm filming this on the same day that I filmed yesterday's vlog. So far today, it's just been a very cozy, doing some chores. Oh, it's a sleepy day too. It's just kind of gray and drizzly and misty, and it's kind of nice. It's relaxed. It seems like pretty much since Thanksgiving week, there's been so much going on, and it's just felt so busy. But it's nice to have just a relaxing, cozy day. And it also helps that baby Tam actually cooperated and got a decent amount of sleep last night. So that meant that I got more sleep last night, even though he stayed up until 10 o'clock when I wanted to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Yes, you were a stinker child. I've got him laying down here. His little bum is airing out from wearing a diaper. That's one thing with cloth diapers that I try to make sure that I do is every time I change him, I make sure he's on a pad, on a waterproof pad on our bed, and I'll let him just air out. But yeah, so that's what he's doing, and once he starts fussing, I'll pick him up and I'll read him a book. One of the tips that I suppose you could call it that I got from my mom was that she said that she started reading to my oldest brother when he was very small, about baby Tam's age, and that she just kind of started really early and never really stopped. And then by the time, the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on child came along, the older children were already really into reading, and she read aloud to us so much, and it was such an important part in making us readers. So that's what I've been kind of trying to do. I don't do it every single day, but as he gets older and older, I'm trying to do it more consistently and read him a book at least once a day, if not 2 or 3 times a day. Because it is important to me that, yeah, my children are readers, or at least that I expose them to books. Whether or not they decide to love books, that's up to them. I have some of my siblings never really super fell in love with books and reading because it's more difficult for them. Some of my siblings, it was just hard for them to learn how to read, and they're just very slow readers. I'm a very fast reader, and so I think it makes it a bit easier for me. But anyway, so I'm gonna read him a picture book once he starts fussing. My mom sent us a package of these little toys off of Amazon, and I've got one of them on his foot, and then there's these other 2 little ones that have little Velcro things that I guess you can put on their hand or their feet, and so he's been really into it. The ears have the crinkle paper, and he's been really enjoying it because they're such bright colors. So he's got the other one on his foot right now. Yeah. But I decided to I have a whole collection of children's books that I've been collecting for years, and I have a whole collection, in that collection of children's books, I have a whole collection of little golden books, and so I was trying to decide which book I wanted to read to him, and I just grabbed one off the shelf. I can't see the covers, I can just see the spines, and it just so happened that I pulled The Nutcracker, which is one of my all-time favorite stories. I have always absolutely loved The Nutcracker story, and this is a beautifully illustrated little picture book. They're gorgeous dresses, and just the art style is really lovely. And I had the thought just now when I pulled it out, that wouldn't it be fun to do like a little, if I was hand-dyeing yarn, do a little like mini skein Nutcracker collection. I think that would be such fun. Yeah, these illustrations are just so beautiful. So, once he gets fussy, I'll read that to him. And he doesn't really particularly pay attention so far yet, but he does kind of he'll look at the pages and they'll be kind of bright colors. I was reading Dr. Seuss to him, which was always one of my siblings, my younger siblings' favorite book. They loved Green Eggs and Ham. And there were certain different books that they just loved so much that I've read them hundreds of times aloud to my younger siblings. And so some of them I have almost memorized. But anyway, that was kind of a little bit of a tangent. But right now I am working on seaming up, finally, the other side seam of my stockinette cardigan. I mentioned it in my podcast episode. I'd finished up one side of it and I never finished seaming the other side of it. And then I realized that today, with the skirt that I'm wearing, that this would be a really lovely addition. Yeah? Addition to my outfit. And so I decided to try and get it finished seaming it up. Which works, because then I can just sit here with him and stitch it up. Yeah? You getting it? He's starting to get a little bit mad. And then I will pop his diaper back on, or pop a diaper back on. Not the same diaper. And read a book. Which, by the way, just in case you happen to be curious, the cloth diapers that I have been using since he was born, well, not since he was born, he was in newborn diapers for about a month, and so I just used disposables because I was planning, he was just too tiny for the cloth diapers that I had, and especially when he was first born, because he was in preemie sized diapers when he was born. And so I wasn't able to start using cloth diapers until he was about a month and a half old. And the ones that I use are these assembly cloth diapers. And they are on the pricier side, but they are so nice. And they work so well. They have snaps on them on the front. And then they're fitted diapers. So they have the elastic on the legs and they have elastic at the back. So it keeps everything inside. And then it has these are the waterproof covers because they're 100% cotton, and then the covers, I believe they're made out of recycled recycled water bottles, I think. Recycled plastic bottles, and they work so well. And like I said, they're 100% cotton, and so if they start getting a little bit stained, I just stick them out on the, which you'll actually have seen in one of my previous Vlogmases. I just stick them out on my drying rack on our back patio and stick them out in the sunlight, and it's magical. It gets rid of all of the stains. But yeah, so those are the cloth diapers I use. They, like I said, they are pricey, and I'm a little bit bummed because I'm gonna have to get, if I want to keep using them, I'll have to get the next size up because there's size 1 and size 2, and size 1 is good. Yeah? He's starting to get mad. Size 1 is good up to 17 pounds, and then you have to get the second size. Yeah? Let me quickly finish what I was saying. So, I was able to get a bunch of the size 1 diapers off of Facebook Marketplace for about half the price of brand new. They were very gently used. I think they've been used once. And so that was perfect, but the unfortunate side of it is that most of the time if people decide not to use cloth diapers, they have a size 1. So I haven't yet been able to find any inexpensive or super inexpensive size 2 assembly cloth diapers on Facebook Marketplace, but I keep checking because he's not quite there yet. He's still got about, what, 4 or 5 something pounds before he technically is supposed to grow out of this size 1. But I'm going to keep checking and keep looking. I have been tempted to try and make my own, but it would require getting some cotton fabric, and I haven't found a good source for getting 100% cotton, unbleached cotton fabric. And then there's also the kind, when I was growing up, when we did cloth diapers, we did diaper pins and pre-folds, and so those are much cheaper, and so I may just end up switching to those for the larger size, but we'll see. This is completely random discussion of cloth diapers. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read him the book, and then if he naps again, I might try and do some knitting. I think that'd be nice. I've done some chores and stuff this morning, So I feel like some knitting time would be nice. Once there was a little girl named Clara whose family was having a wonderful party on Christmas Eve. There was a beautiful Christmas tree and lots of delicious food. Clara ran back and forth to the front door to welcome the guests. I just went on a quick walk. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying to keep quiet so I'll stay asleep. But I just went on a walk. It's a little chilly outside, but it was actually lovely to get some fresh air. And now I've got a snack, some cheese and crackers, and I'm gonna sit and do a bit of knitting. I was actually able to get a decent amount done on the sock last night. I finished turning the heel. This is for Micah's Christmas socks. So I finished turning the heel on this first sock, and now I'm working on the gusset decreases. So hopefully if I can get this sock, you know, another good inch or two, and then finish it up this week, and then start the second one. Maybe get it done next week. Maybe I'll be able to get several socks done by Christmas. Anyway, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna watch some Vlogmases, and I'm gonna do some knitting. So, as Gaina would say, hopefully you can't hear the fridge buzzing in the background. I hope not. It's really annoying because it'll randomly kick on. Anyway, as Gaina would say, welcome to Emily's cooking show. I was going to end things earlier, but I decided that I'm going to make some cookies, so we're going to make some cookies. This is one of my favorite cookie recipes. It's kind of an old family recipe, if you will. It's something that my mom, I don't remember if she got it, she was given it by somebody and then she added some things to it. I don't remember. And then I've tweaked it a little bit, just a little bit. Just to add some more spices and things into it. But it is a molasses cookie recipe and it is delicious. Yeah? Okay. So I've got baby Tam and his little chair over here on the counter so he can hang out with me. And yeah, so it's a molasses cookie recipe. I will see if I can pop it down below. Maybe I'll put it on my blog. That's what I should do. I'll put it on my blog and then I can link to it. I'm actually going to half the recipe because this is a very large recipe. It's something that I forget about because I've made it so many times. And then I gave the recipe to my sister-in-law and she was talking about it the other day, which reminded me. And she was like, you know, yeah, but I'll definitely have to half it because it makes a ton of cookies. And I was like, oh yeah, yeah it does. Because for those of you that don't know, I am one of 10 children and so we had a very large family, which was very normal for me because that's what I grew up with. But sometimes I forget. So most of the recipes that my mom has done are very large size recipes. And I don't think anything of it until I come to make it and then I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of food. So, Let's make these cookies quickly. Micah should be home in about an hour. But until then, we're gonna eat all the cookies, huh? You and me? Yeah? And there we go. Now I've got some cookies, which is great because I love these. They're kind of a mix between ginger snaps. Well, they're really soft and gooey, just delicious. So they're kind of gingerbready, that sort of a vibe. They're so good. I haven't had these in a while. But what my family typically does is then we take the cookie dough and go ahead and portion it out into balls, which I recommend getting one of these scoopers. Super nice. We'll portion it out into balls and then stick it in the freezer. And then once they've chilled, if you want some like tonight, which I do, I'll cook them. But then the rest of them can just stay in the freezer until you use them. And again, with my family, because we're such a big family, they don't last for very long. But for Micah and I, it's great because these recipes make so much more than just 2 people can eat. And so if I stick them in the freezer, I have them for later. And then if we randomly get a cookie craving, I can just cook up a fresh batch of cookies. And it's great. So I highly recommend it. But yeah, now that I think about it, I'll try and stick this on my blog. I can't guarantee that it'll be there immediately after this goes live, but I'll definitely upload this or update the description box. Just a minute, I'm almost done. Little man does not approve of the cookie making. I'll update the description box once I have the recipe up. But yeah, I highly recommend these, especially this time of year when you just want all the things like chai and spiced, and they're really good. So yeah, I will put them down below. So now I have about 20-30 minutes before Micah gets home, and I'm trying to decide. I want to try and go ahead and do my puzzle, or if I should wait until Micah gets home to do that, when he can watch this little munchy man. Yeah. I do not know. I'll probably wait. But in case I don't see you again, because I don't like filming when Mike is here, it's just weird. I have to hide to do it. In case I don't see you again, I hope that you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you tomorrow.